Well, greetings there, pipe pals and gals. Holy smoke and pipe padre coming back at you. Just want to ask you to be a little bit tolerant and forgiving. I'm sorry I've been putting up so many videos this week. As you know, I've kind of tried to do one a week. But this week, with my ordination anniversary of 20 years, and getting some wonderful acquisitions from the Briar Patch, I just couldn't help but get my little mug on here and say, how y'all doing? Plus, I've been entering some contests. And I'm going to try and enter the Dunhill Man UK contest. How you doing? She's a good girl. I'm going to try to do that here in a little bit. Not tonight, but maybe sometime this week. So, Chris, if you're watching, I'm entering your contest soon. Oh, man. I am smoking my beautiful, one of my newest acquisitions from the Briar Patch, the squashed tomato, or the squat Rhodesian, and I'm smoking a Briar Patch blend called Holmes Blend. By the way, this pipe, I love this pipe because it reminds me of something from Mad Men. Okay, Don Draper here. I wish, right? In my dreams. But anyway, I'm waiting for the season finale of Mad Men. It's Sunday night. I downloaded it on iTunes, so I get it the next day. So go figure. What a fantastic, dramatic television show Mad Men is. If you've never seen Mad Men, I would recommend it. It's a powerful drama. And one of the things I like about it is the subtle, powerful cinematography. I'm not going to talk about the storyline or the characters, which are all excellent. Tonight will be the season finale of season 5. Really looking forward to it. But, oh, by the way, I've changed my little icon, my YouTube icon. So if you see a little Mad Men thing with a pipe guy like this from the back, just know that it's me, Holy Smoking Pipe Padre. Okay? That's one reason why I like this pipe. It reminds me of something from the 60s. In fact, it is from the 60s because it was probably made in 1966, I believe. But this is just a beautiful, awesome pipe. This Dunhill squashed tomato. Love this pipe. See if I can get it to focus. You gonna focus for me? Yeah. Almost looks like a flying saucer. Love it. By the way, I'm smoking a different blend. This has never been a blend I've talked about. Holmes Blend. And as you know, for the most part, I try to smoke Squadron Leader or an English blend out of this pipe, and I really love it. It's really quite tasty. Well, this is a response video to two of my, I want to say dear friends, although I've never met them in real life. I watch their videos religiously. I can say that. Jay, I want to say Dig Sex. I've always thought your name sounds like Dig Sex. So sorry, but that's the way I pronounce it. And Simone Leduc 77. Blataya. Okay. I just love the way you. I love some of the words you speak. Anyway, Jay said he's been kind of vegging out this last week. Well, Jay, what do you think? After juicing for a week, of course you're going to be vegging out. Go figure, right? I want to salute you, Jay. I know I sent you a video personally, but I want to take this opportunity to say to the YouTube pipe smoking community, as one who has also juiced for a number of weeks and months even. I salute you in your endeavors. You're going through exactly the same thoughts and experiences that I kind of went through, and I'm actually, and I've started juicing again, but I haven't been juicing solely. I've been eating regular meals, and it's substituting a couple meals with juices. But I am actually going to probably in the next week or two go back to I'm going to try and do the 60 days one more time. And I got that idea from a video I saw last year about this time called Sick, Fat, and Nearly Dead. The Joe Cross story about this Australian guy who actually kind of promoted the whole idea of the green juice revolution. And so I just want to tell you that I enjoyed my juicing, and I still like juicing. Okay, so but I really need to get back to the only reason why I probably won't do it this week is I have another doggone stupid priest. A lot of people don't know the life of a priest, and I don't want to complain because actually it's a good life. I'm not going to say that it's not, but sometimes you are invited to lots of dinners and lots of outings where people expect you to eat like a regular person. And this summer, after this one last big dinner we have on Thursday night, I'm going to go back to juicing. So I really want to lose the 30 plus pounds I got and really get under the 200 and stay there. So more about that later. So anyway, this is a response video to Jay and to Simon Leduc 77. Let me start with Simon. Again, I just, Jay talks about happy people. Maybe I'll go back. Let me take a step back. Jay said he's met a few people that he thinks are really these super happy, positive people, and he goes, they can't be that way. They just can't be that way. Not in real life. Well, do I dare say it, Jay? I hope you're watching. I think you're one of those people. I think you're a very positive person. I wouldn't watch your videos if I didn't think that. If you were an old sourpuss, somebody like me, I wouldn't spend the time watching your videos. When I see a Jay video, gosh, I'm going to get myself into trouble here, but I'm going to say it. I see a Jay video, I watch it without any question. Now, I'm not going to be able to say everybody because there's a lot of people in my queue. There clearly is. Wandering Recluse, Sean. Sean, I really like your latest video. It really spoke to me. I want to tell you that. The whole idea of having a positive attitude. This Padre needs to have a positive attitude, and I'm trying to get that back, okay? And I'm going to talk about that in just a moment, why I've kind of had a difficult time the last few months. Herminator, love your videos. You know that. Bruno, you're a poet. You have given me answers that I couldn't find answers for in your videos. Especially your artistic ones. Folks, if you have not seen Bruno's videos, just stop what you're doing right now. Just stop this video here. You don't need to watch me. And just go to Daily Puffer and watch his videos. They're powerful. I just can't tell you how meaningful those videos are. They gave me hope when I was going through some pretty dark times. One of my recent people, I don't think he's really a pipe. Well, actually, I think he is a pipe presenter. His name is Cutlery Lover, and he's got thousands and thousands of viewers. That's no lie, by the way. He's got thousands of viewers. And he's a funny guy. His name is Jeff. And I don't know what it is about Jeff and the Cutlery Lover videos, but I just find them intriguing. Now, some of the things he talks about might be offensive to some people. I think he's interesting, a very interesting guy, but he's got a whole spectrum of interests that are, to me, fascinating. And I really like him. Making change, Mark. We still got that feud going on there, brother. You and me. I'm calling you out there, Mark. That's right. High noon, brother. Pipes a-blazing. Amen. And, but Making Change in his goofy videos with puppets and singing and all sorts of stuff. But you know what? It's a real blessing to have Mark, because it's like we haven't lost old Pipe Pops in some ways. I miss old Pipe Pops. I wish I could tune in a recent video of his tonight, like I did with Simone or Jay, and just see how he's doing. I'll just leave it at that, okay? See what latest church warden he's got. I loved seeing. You know what? Do you guys love seeing the same things that I do? I don't just look at the person. I mean, I look at the person and I hear their words, but I like looking at the background. And I loved old Pipe Pops' background. He had his, his computer, his old-fashioned computer. I think it was kind of a Windows computer back there. And I'm a Mac snob. I'm going to be honest. And but you could see his row of. He had that beautiful pipe stand or pipe rack that Jay made him, and he loved that pipe rack, by the way. And then he had all of his little pipes neatly arranged. All the church wardens here and all the other pipes, and I just loved looking at his background and seeing the picture of the Duke. I ought to hit you there, Pilgrim, but I ain't. Hell, I ain't. Okay. For you American audiences, you know what I said. I just had Duke in her impersonation. She's a good girl. Uh-huh. Okay, so enough said about that. Okay, so I digress way too much. Okay, so what I want to talk about just real briefly is two more things. Simone, not Simone. Leduc 77. And talk about happy people, Jay. Just look at him. And look at yourself, doggone it. I think you're one of the most positive, happy people I've ever met. Okay, that's why I watch your videos. Anyway, so Simone, he was answering a video. Mrs. Holmes' blend is excellent. I haven't had that in a while. Okay, now, I want to talk to you. He said, how do you preserve your tobaccos? Great question. Those of you who are new to the pipe smoking community and kind of picking up the hobby for the first time, and if you go through pipe tobacco acquisition disorder, like I do, you find yourself getting all these pouches of tobacco, and you're kind of going, gosh, they're kind of going stale, or they're going dry. What do I do to preserve them? Good question. Well, Simone talks about different ways. Basically, the first way, if you're going to get just 4 ounces, you can keep it in a pouch. If you're going to be smoking tobacco, smoking a pipe every day, this is going to keep you in good stead. Okay, you're going to be fine. Okay. Because this is probably enough. If you were smoking a pipe every day, this is probably enough for about 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, okay? Depending on how much you smoke every day. Okay, most people smoke a bowl a day. And I will tell you that when I was a young pipe smoker, I probably smoked a pipe on average maybe once a week. I don't think you really get addicted to smoking a pipe. I just got to be honest with you. I just don't think you do. I've been smoking a pipe now for 35 years, and I've never become addicted. Okay, so anyway, a little tongue-in-cheek there. Okay, so the other method is these canisters are very similar to the ones they have in the Briar Patch, except they have a glass top. They look great, and again, pretty much they will keep your tobacco fresh for about a month. But if you're thinking about long-term cellaring of your tobacco, where's my little... This is the ticket right here. Okay? Little ball mason jars. Now, I have in this jar some evil haunted bookshop. Matches 860. You're responsible for this tin, my friend. I'm trying to tame haunted bookshop. Now, let me tell you this. There are a couple ways you can store them. You can just put them right in there. And as Simone said to, I want to say, I wish I could say it as beautifully. She says, Blataya, Blataya. Forgive me if I messed that up, Simone. Blataya, Blataya. You press it down. You put the tin, the top lid on it, and it will keep it fresh almost forever. But this is the way to go if you really want to sell or something. And also, one other little trick, if you really want it to, if you want to vacuumize it, just stick it in the oven for about 20 minutes, and the little top it'll suck out all the air basically, and it will seal it. Okay, or you could probably even can it just like you would a regular canning jar. Put it in some water, I guess, and seal it that way. Okay, so this has been sealed. This has been truly been sealed. I'm not going to open this for another 6 months. I'm going to try to see if it'll tame it and bring some of that harshness out of it. Because I love the flavor of Haunted Bookshop, but I don't like the residual bite that it gives me. Okay, so I'm hoping to tame it a little bit. All right. And finally, forgive me, I'm just my little Herminator tamper. I love this thing. I just love it. You know why I love this typer? Herman will appreciate what I'm going to say right now. Look at this. See how my fingers are, Herman? If you're watching this video, what does that remind you of? If you are truly a Scottish guy, which I know you are. I don't know what that. I don't know what happened. Something just popped up there. But this reminds me of those of you who have ever tried to study the bagpipe. There's a thing called a chanter. And your fingers kind of fall almost on the holes of a chanter, just like this. And it's like... Okay, Scotland Brave, okay? So I guess that's why I like this timbre. It reminds me of a chanter, a little chanter, okay? And that's called the Joel Washburn maneuver, I call it. Going down to the second layer here. Making too long of a video again. I'm sorry. Dunhill Lighter. She's a good girl. And finally, let me just share with you something that there's two more things I want to share with you. This is the penultimate one. I've had this for over a year. It's still fresh in the tin. Now, I got to be honest. It could have dried out. But I have a little secret that I have not shared with anybody. And I'm going to share it with you tonight. I'm a little reluctant to do it because I know some of you are just going to go, you're going to pull out your hair. You're going to go, no, don't do that. Don't tell people that. But what I do, and it works, okay? Now, some of you I know are going to take umbrage with this. I'm going to get thumbs down. I'm going to have people writing me nasty letters, notes saying, no, 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 you're an idiot. Okay, I'm an idiot. But here's my secret for keeping tobacco fresh. And it's also, if you have dried out tobacco, you can resurrect it. Are you ready for this? What is this? It's not White Lightning. It's not vodka. It's not gin. It's not rum. just simple distilled water. And what I do, and you know people are going to moan and groan about this. This is kind of dried out. Little spritz of distilled water. Only, you wouldn't want to use tap water or anything else. Distilled water. And it puts the moisture back in the tobacco. Now I let it sit for at least a week. I go back to it, open it up, pull it in a bowl, fine. It has stead me in good stead for the last year and a half. Okay, so that's my secret. I'm sharing that with you now. Boy, I love this. Holmes blend, very, very rich and very flavorful. I like it. Now I'm sitting out here, obviously on my patio, on a rather warm, I dare say, summer evening. And I want to share with you two little thoughts. One is one's a little bit more for my personal. Well, they're both for my personal life, but one's a little bit more painful than the other. I want to talk about friendship. Friendship. I don't know how many of you are, but I think real friendship is an absolutely rare gift. It is, I'm not talking about acquaintances. That's where I've made a big mistake in the last 6 months. You know, I only kind of discovered it just 48 hours ago. But real friendship is as rare, probably as, well, I want to say almost as plutonium is. Do I want to say plutonium? Platinum. I'm sorry. Not plutonium. That's pretty poisonous. But platinum, gold. It's something that is extremely rare. I am grateful to say that if I could count on my hand, I probably have 5 real friends. Now, you might think, gosh, that's all you got is 5 friends? That's it? Well, what I mean by that is people who know me, and I mean warts and all, and they still choose to be my friend. And it's sad, but in real life, we don't. I don't know. I think a lot of people can have lots of friends. You know, you can have lots of tweets. You can have lots of viewers and subscribers. But real friends are entirely something different. And sad to say, I made when I'm not talking about any YouTube friends, and I have a couple of those, I believe. I'm talking about some recent people in my life here, real life, and I assumed that a person was a friend of mine, and I find out, sadly, that they never really were a friend at all. I don't know what's going on with the doggies, but obviously something's going on. I think it's a fire truck going by or something like that. But yeah, and it's a very, yeah, you know. And again, I'm 55 years old, and I should know better. That, you know, not everybody that pretends to be a friend is truly a friend. And but in some ways, there's a sense of freedom knowing, and even as painful as it may be to admit that, you know, that person was never really a friend. it kind of helps to let certain things go. And it answers a whole boatload of questions. Ah, the breeze is starting to come back. Hear the chimes? We get a little bit of the Delta breeze, and I like that in the evenings. So, sad to say, the old saying is, be careful, be aware, So, anyway, I'm kind of like the guy who gets wisdom through the school of hard knocks. So, but it sure has helped in kind of understanding, one of the mysteries of life, and being appreciative of the real friends that you have. And then finally, I want to say something that I think might make sense to some of you. A lot of times we overlook many of the gifts in our life. I guess what I'm trying to say is that a lot of the things, a lot of the answers that we have, I should say, we're looking for. We're going through whether a rough patch, or we're kind of scratching our head trying to figure out what happened here. What's going on with that? Whether it's a relationship or a situation. And the wonderful thing that I have discovered is that, believe it or not, solutions, answers to a lot of our problems or questions, we already have them. They're right there, either within us, they're around us. They're just, sometimes we're blind to the gifts that life, do I dare say God, gives us. They're right there. They're right there in front of us. They're already a part of our lives. Now, why do I say that? Well, I'm going to use a material example to prove something I think is true. I'm making this video on my little, well, not a little, making a video on this beautiful MacBook Pro, okay? You know this is not an Apple commercial, okay? But the reason why I make this point is my little MacBook iMac 17, which I absolutely love. It's getting completely refurbished, by the way. It'll be back. And it will be a brand new machine when I get it back. I'm going to spend the money to do that. Because it's a very special gift from a friend. And that needs to be preserved. Those kind of gifts of friendship need to be preserved. But when I put my MacBook 17-inch in the shop last week, I kind of thought, well, how am I going to make videos? And all of a sudden I realized that I have this MacBook Pro that sits in the corner of my room in a backpack. It's sat there for probably 2 years. Well, actually 3 years. I bought it brand new, and I thought it was cool. I loved it, but I thought, well, I don't really need it. And I thought, well, maybe someday I'm going to need it for, when I did video stuff, out in the field. Well, that never happened. But the thing was that when I needed a new computer to do videos and do computing, and even though I had my big, huge Mac Pro on my desk with 3 monitors and everything, some of you have seen that, it's not my, it's like a go-to blend. It's not my daily thing that I use. I use it, but it's like when I do that when I'm trying to do After Effects and special effects and Photoshop and really big things that I'm trying to do video wise. But for YouTube email. I really don't use it that much. I mean, I use it, but I don't think of it. I think of it as like a workhorse, a power station that I use when I really need, when I have special, difficult, huge projects and problems. I need that kind of computing power. And it never has let me down, I will say that. But I had this MacBook Pro, and it just sat, quietly in my room, in the corner of my room in a backpack for almost 3 years. I've used it a couple times. It's kind of a curious thing, kind of like, oh, this is kind of cool. I love this machine. It's a great machine, don't get me wrong. But when my MacBook or my iMac had to go in the shop, I was kind of scratching my head, said, well, I really need a good computer to work. And I almost went out and bought another iMac just to kind of, substitute the other one until I got back from the shop. And something said, well, why not just use your MacBook Pro? It's going to run all the software you want and more. Why don't you use that, idiot? You bonehead. My brother Earl used to call me bonehead. And so I brought it out, dusted it off. That's all I had to do. Fired it up, downloaded a few updates, and lo and behold, that famous Broadway musical team, but what I'm trying to say is I had the answer already. The solution, the answer was already in my life. All I had to do was look around and go, oh, there it is, and pull it out and use it. And I think that's the way it is with life. A lot of times we overlook the obvious. We think it's too simple of an answer. We think it's too easy. Well, it can't be that simple. Well, you know what? Sometimes it can be that simple. All you got to do is pick up what you already have, dust it off, use it, and you know what? You're going to be okay. So, anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you tonight. This beautiful Sunday evening. I think the sun's just about setting. So thank you for your patience watching my corny videos. Enjoying a wonderful pipe and a wonderful Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. Watching many of your great videos, by the way, and enjoying them immensely. So with that, Holy Smokin' Pipe Padre, who's waiting for Mad Men, the season finale, to begin, saying thanks for watching. Light up your world. Light up your pipe. Again, I think that's the answer. You already have the solution. It's literally in hand. Just go light it up. See ya. Bye.